Hey friends, how are you? Um, oh no, something was deleted on Facebook. Why did that happen? I'm not sure what's going on, but Facebook is not working. Go figure. I'm not sure why. Gotta love it, right? Well, I will have to just copy and paste it to Facebook then. I don't know why this happened, but here we go. Pop over to YouTube and I'll share it that way. How is everybody? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Well, oh my goodness. How is everybody? Happy Monday. I'm excited to be here. I'm just trying to post everything here. I'm not sure why this got deleted on YouTube, but on Facebook, but it did. So I'm just over here trying to put everything up. So if you're commenting and stuff, I will see you in a sec. Whoops, I hit something I didn't mean to hit. I tell ya. Tell ya. Oh my goodness. So crazy. But it's Monday, right? It has to be something, doesn't it? Always something. And I'm still looking for my YouTube group so I can share it there. Oh my goodness. It is what it is, right? I'm excited. We have a really pretty piece to make today. This is why I came on early, was so I could do all this posting, make sure it got out there. Now I can go in here. I don't know if anybody has said hi, but thank you if you've joined me. I see some of you have joined me here. Good morning, Joanne. So good to see you here. So excited. I was having trouble with Facebook, so sorry if I was looking other places than at you guys, but I feel like I'm still waking up and it's already 10 o'clock on a Monday, but it's Monday, right? And my hair's crazy. I haven't figured out yet what we're gonna do for our Valentine's project and giveaway, but that will be next week. So we will figure that out next week. So let's see. Hopefully that will cover my whole table. Yeah. So what is new and exciting with you guys? Make sure I grab the right webcam and we will play. So today we are doing a beading project. There we go. We are going to make a lovely cabochon piece. Cabochon, maybe that's how you say it. Cabochon piece here. So these beads were in the January box for Potomac. But we are actually going to use these Potomac beads. So what you'll need is so this is a storm duo. So something with two holes so see how it has the two holes. So you need something with two holes. Storm duo, super duo, I think would work. But they have to be side by side like that. These are some 3mm crystals. I think these are 8/0s. Make sure. These are silver lined 8/0s. Yes. These are some crystal hearts I had going on from another box. They're probably about 4 or 5mm. And this is a flat bead, so it's actually a bead, but I have this cabochon, but when we pull up the sides, we're going to lose some of that. So I decided, oh, what else do I have? So I chose this. So hopefully that'll work. Wire guard, need beading thread. I like to use wildfire, but it certainly can. So about probably a wingspan and a half of beading thread. You can find a cabochon in Dress It Up buttons. There's different, you can use a flat bead. So something that's flatter. You could use a beveled. Yeah. So I think this is probably what, 12 millimeter or so, about the size of a quarter. I think that's what 12 millimeter. So as you can see, we are going to start with this middle here. We'll start with the middle first. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. So you're going to need 10 of the 3 millimeter and then 10 of the 2-hole beads. Okay, and we'll make that into a circle. So if you're using the, you call it the Storm Duo, just make sure you put or anything. I'm just making this stop bead too. So I just went around the bead and back through to hold it in place so it's not like sliding all over the place. But always make sure you go through the same hole each time so that it looks the same. Oops, sorry. Didn't realize it was off screen there. I'm trying to find that sweet spot, you know? So sliding on 1 2-hole bead, picking up. When we start, the string is long, but as you go along, obviously, sliding on. So we're just going to bead on these 10 different beads. So just making sure that they're lying the same way. And they are. Because that just helps with building up this piece. That we pick up the beads the same way each time. So that's Storm Duo number 3. What are you guys making today? What do you've got on your table? Do you have an art project or do you have a beading project? What are you guys working on? Are you excited for Easter? Are you doing anything at Easter? That's the next holiday, Valentine's Day. Sorry. I don't know where Easter came from, but it did. Ooh. So look why that bead's not working there. So we're creating our own bezel. So we're making a beaded bezel. Instead of having a metal bezel like that you put your bead into, we are creating our own out of beads. So you certainly can change up the sizes of the beads depending on the cabochon. You can play with the pattern I have here. This one I created myself. I want to write it out, I think, and put it in my Etsy shop. I just haven't had the chance to do that. Hey, Zach, you made it to a live. I'm doing well. We're making a beaded cabochon, as you can see, making our own bezel, a beaded bezel. So you need 20 2-hole beads, Think, oops, need to put a 2-hole bead on. You'll need 8 O's. You need 3mm rounds, and then some kind of crystal. I'm putting hearts in place of my original crystal. And then just got to make sure the 2-hole beading project. I'm making lap ponds for my pastor and my brother who is a deacon. Lap. Oh, very fun. Very fun. You'll have to share a picture in our group when you're done. I'd love to see how they came out. Yeah, anything you make, you are welcome to share in our group, Mountain at Need Creations. Yeah, it should be the pinned post. Where did that go? Oh, there is a pinned post. It should be the pinned post, but yes, we have a Facebook group. Make sure you join in, share your lovely creations there. You can share creations and all kinds of stuff. The only thing I ask is that you don't. It's not a selling group. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. So put on a 3mm. And another storm duo. Remember, 2-hole bead. Try and put them on the same way each time. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, one more. Hi, is it Isabie? Welcome. So excited to have you, artist and beader. That's awesome. That's what we do here. We do art and beading. So this week is our beading project. Last week we did a journal project. Week before we made journals. Next week we're going to have a Valentine's project. So welcome. We're excited to have you join us. I see Zach's giving you the good old welcome. We have a great group here. All right, so once you get all the way around, we got to start back through the first bead at least, maybe the second, just to establish. We're going to go back around all of the beads just to give them a good foundation. But we're going to just start there because before I go all the way back around, I just want to make sure, yes, it looks like it'll fit. Make sure my bead will fit. So we're making our own bezel, beaded bezel today. Orange. I'm not sure what that says there. Orange perks, looking close to those in color. I'm not sure what you mean. Isabie. Please correct us so we say your name correctly. You mean of the storm duos, the 2-hole beads? You can do whatever color you want. These are colors I picked from Potomac Beads. My original one was from the January box, and then these are just Potomac beads from my collection of all kinds of different boxes, and then this is a Jesse James bead. So I was just digging through my stash to come up with Valentine's colored like beads, but you can certainly use January's box from Potomac. If you go to my link tree, which I don't think I've posted, let me post that for you guys. All right, wrong account. I had to pull it up here for a sec. All right, that is not what I wanted. Sorry, I pulled it up. Let's see. Well, here's my link tree. I thought I had, drop some beads. Oh boy, that's fun. Oh my goodness. Here's my link tree. I don't know why, but some reason my stream got deleted on Facebook. So whatever reason, it's not working over there. There's my link tree. And it doesn't look like Instagram liked me on that. Not sure why. Everything's not working right. I don't know what's going on. Oh, but it is what it is, right? Oh my goodness. I hope I didn't lose you guys over on Instagram. What is going on here? Why is this? I think I lost Instagram. I apologize, folks. Oh my goodness. Oh well, nothing I can do about it now. Don't know what that was all about, but certainly lost you guys. Facebook, Instagram. Oh my goodness, I'm losing it everywhere. Go figure, right? That really stinks. But, well, I will keep going here. Hopefully people can watch the replay. All right, so we're going to finish up going through that first round of beads. And then I'm going to step up into our next row. I'm glad you're still here, Zach. I'm not sure. I lost Instagram and Facebook. Must be a meta thing. Who knows? But I'm glad you're still here. We're still on YouTube, so we're good to go. All right, so we've done our first row. Okay. Oh, on this one, oh, bugger. I did two. And I did that totally wrong. Go figure. No, I did it right. That's the front. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now we're going to step up into our next hole. And this time, as you can see, we're going to go through and do 2 of the glass beads. Okay. And then we'll go back again through, and that's when we'll add in that next bead. So not this pass through, but since a lot of times you pass through twice when you do beading like this, just to secure it up. So that's why I chose to do the second round when we add in that next bead. So right now we're just going to go add in 2 3mm in between each double one. So that's all we're doing. So this project it just takes time. I don't think it's extremely difficult. Hopefully not for you guys. But just time. It just takes time to put all these beads on. Just like it takes time for any masterpiece, right? There we go. See, so slowly building it up. And we'll soon add in our cabochon. I don't know why I can't say that word, but I have trouble with that word. Oh well. But yeah. So starting next week, I will have a fun Valentine project for you guys. some kind of coloring page or activity. I have to figure that out. I apologize that I had 2 kids get the stomach flu last week, my 2 boys. So needless to say, I didn't get much work done. Sorry, I was off screen there. I didn't realize it. I don't want to go, hello, too far up, but I also make sure I'm showing you guys everything that's going on here. What else do you guys got planned for this week? Huh? What other exciting projects, or can you believe it's February? So, yep, here in Pennsylvania, Phil, our handy dandy groundhog, said 6 more weeks of winter. Hopefully not. Hopefully his prediction is wrong, because I'm kind of done with the cold, but usually done with the cold by now anyway, so doesn't matter, I guess. We're almost there, folks. Almost all the way around. But Potomac has all these really cool beads with different shapes and different amounts of holes. It's all kind of lots of fun. All right, so now we're coming out on the other side here. We're going to start making our way around for our second layer for these beads, for our clear beads, but then we are adding in our hearts instead of crystals. So you certainly may do crystals if you want. That's what I did here. See, that's the layer. If I can get it to focus. All right, here's the layer we're working on right now, these crystals. Okay, and then so I'll have hearts sitting here. So the crystals kind of make it look all pretty. Hopefully, I'm hoping, I didn't have enough hearts to practice this one. So I'm hoping the hearts will just work similar to what the crystals did. So we'll see. It's an experiment. And it's science experiment, or I should say art experiment, right? Oh my goodness. Case of the Mondays, right? So we'll see how that goes. There we go. I just got to remember how I beaded it so that they're all laying the same way. That's the key with this kind of thing. And it wants to kind of go down into that, but we don't want that. Want it to kind of lay on its side like that first one. See if we can get it to do that. I think we can. There we go. Probably as good as we're going to get that, and that's okay. We're just putting our hearts on right now. Anybody else working on trying this project? I'm pulling out their 2-hole beads and try and make their own bezel. Like their Valentine's jewelry project here. Maybe if I can get, there we go. Needle into the hole, right? I don't know why I have the song, put the needle on the record, put the needle on the record. Silly. I got lots of extra string here. So if you're a beginner, just be careful. Maybe do a shorter string than I did. Maybe only a wingspan, which is about, give or take, a yard. They're not exactly perfect measurements. So this is how I'm hoping it will lay, like that. There we go. So beads can be finicky, right? I wish I could midstream refix everything that's going on with Facebook and Instagram, but then I'd have to completely leave and restart over, and that's just more pain than it's worth. So hopefully you guys will watch the replay, those that missed out. Gotta love it. You're trying to build a business and everything fails, right? it's maybe it's because I'm doing a Monday show. Got to get all the kinks worked out for everybody else's shows during the week, right? So not perfect, not laying perfectly, but I think the combo is really pretty. What do you guys think? Just have to remember go on the bottom of the heart and come out the top. But I wonder if I had done it the other way, if it would have laid better. But it's all good. Anybody doing any of the upcoming beading events? Valentine's? Anybody going to Tucson? Anybody gearing up to do, I think today's the first day if you're doing a 100-day project, which I'm glad I thought about that. What I'm going to do, 100 days of drawing figures and portraits, just drawing. Just want to practice getting my figure drawing better and getting my portrait drawing better. That kind of thing. All right. I'm trying to get this to lay better. So that would be the difference between doing a crystal and doing this heart shape, is that the crystal was still hard laying it on top of the duo bead, the storm duo. So it's just a difficult, getting it to lay right is just probably the hardest part of this whole project. Or maybe getting the cabochon to stay in while you're sewing it is also a hard thing to do. I guess as long as you can tell their hearts, I shouldn't be too stressed about what way they're lying. But I am. I want it to look right and look good. Isabel, are you still here? I hope so. It's so fun to have a new friend join us. But oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. I thought there was no hole in this heart. That would have been an interesting feat, wouldn't it? So yeah, I'm just skipping putting the needle through the storm duos. I don't know if I said that. I'm only going through the round 3mm crystal rounds right now, and going over top of the storm duos, if you see that. Got 2 left. I'm going through the bottom of the heart. going over the storm duo and then through the 3mm. So anybody out there who has a YouTube channel that does art or jewelry, I would love to do a collaboration. Send me a message and, we'll support each other. We'll help each other out. So I'd love to help out other fellow artists with their channels, with what they're creating, or I can interview you. The size beading thread. Yes. The 0.006 inches or 0.15 millimeter. Good question, Zach. I'm using gray, which doesn't show up on video very well. I apologize about that. But all right. I should have used a brighter color for the video, but that's okay. Trying to get this last one in. All right. And just make sure you clean up your table a little so things aren't attaching themselves to each other, that kind of thing. All right, so that part's done. So that's this crystal here. So now the next part is we're going to go back around again and put in the rest of our storm duos. So now we can go through our last storm duos. And pop out in the middle of our 2 crystal beads. So a lot of beading like this. Oh, you have gray too. That's cool, Zach. Is lots of pass-throughs. So pick up your storm duo and remember to pass through. You're going to pass through one of the round crystals, the other storm duo, and one more round crystal. And then you pull this along, maybe. And make sure, there we go. It goes in between those guys. So a lot of this is just building up the edges before we put the cabochon on. Pick up another storm duo, go through the other side, go through a round crystal, storm duo, and round crystal, and pull it on through. Yeah, Zach, I was just meaning it's harder to see the gray on the video. So yes, this is perfectly fine. That's the color you have. I was just meaning for teaching purposes. I probably should have picked a different color. But yeah, it is what it is, right? So it just has to lay there because that's what's going to wrap around our cabochon. A lot of beating in the round and around, stepping up, stepping down, all those fun things. Hope this is finding everybody well. Sorry, if you're on Facebook, I can't see your comments. Something happened and it crashed. Same with Instagram crashed. I'm not going to name names, but some particular company probably. So it's a little findly. I don't know what the word is. Findly. I don't know. Anyways, beads are always moving around during this phase, so just getting them on, getting the string tightened, getting things in the right spot can be a little difficult. That flipped on me. Right? Where am I? There I am. Making our way around. So I'm just trying to make sure that our super duos aren't twisted, like the string isn't twisted. They don't have to be perfect at this point because they're going around something, but I just don't want them to be all twisted up. How's the weather where you guys are? It's cold today. It snowed some, but I think the snow's already gone, already warmed up enough that I don't see it anymore. There's some on the ground, but mostly what fell yesterday is gone. So it just feels funky until we're done this part because we're trying to hold beads in a certain spot and they flip a little because that's what beads do when they're not completely ready to be where they need to be, or our tail's getting in the way and the hearts are flipping. It just takes time. Around and around we go. Wherever we stop. Can't get in this last round bead. There we go. Well, not last, but last for that spot. We still have like 4 more to go or something. It just takes time. Pick up another storm duo, round crystal, storm duo, 3mm bead, crystal, round crystal, whatever it is you're putting there is fine. It can be a seed bead, maybe like a 6/0, I think. Almost there. 3 more. It's very foggy on the lake and snowy here in Michigan. Good old lake effect snow. Yes, we get it off of Lake Erie, where we live. And we're a couple hours away from Lake Erie, just the way the mountains are and everything. But are you really close to the lake there, Zach? Is that? Make sure you like and subscribe and share our live. Invite your friends out. Help us to grow our audience. The last I looked on YouTube, we were almost, I'm trying to think. We're getting there, folks. Thank you for everybody who has liked and subscribed. We're at 459 subscribers, so almost at 460. So like 40 more to go, and we reach monetization possibly. Yeah, I'd love to see this channel help support my family. Yeah, I think that would be great. I really love teaching. I love working with you all. I love art, and I want to, that one's broken. Glad I saw that. Want to make art accessible to people, make beading and painting and all kinds of art accessible. That's why I'm saying you don't need the exact beads I have, just something similar to make this project. Because I'm a ambassador for Potomac, I have lots of their beads. So that was why. And I really like their storm duos and their unique shapes that they have in their beads. But so that's why I used them. But you certainly can use different beads. You don't have to use the same company I'm using. So on and so forth. One more. But it's good to make sure that your beads have all the holes that they need. All right. So we've made it all the way around. This is our last storm duo. Always have pliers handy. So if your needle gets stuck, it will less likely break. I'm not saying it might still break, but less likely break if you use pliers to pull. It spreads the love out. All right, so we got everything going. Looks like the right direction. There we go. We're making progress here. Making progress, making progress. So now the next step is, all right, so we've made it our 2 rows. Oops, sorry. Here's our 2 rows on the back that we've made. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I got to take out that last one I put in because that, my bad, is where the that's why you make a practice piece where that is the wire guard to create the hanging piece for us here. So gotta pull this thread back out. My bad. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Might just take the needle off because it's easier to do that and pull through. There we go. All right. But of course, now I have to bead on live video. Go figure, right? So I always find flattening the end makes it easier to get it through these teeny tiny holes. All right, I gotta pull it my magnifier, which you guys can't see, but it's right off camera here. We're getting there, folks. There we go. Now, yes, that looks funky because I pulled that out. You know what? It was supposed to be instead of the crystal. Oh, I totally did that wrong. Put a heart in the place where it was supposed to be. So, you know what? We'll change it up a little bit and we will stick it right here. Anyways. Oh, well. Yeah, we might have to change that. I think I still need to put this on here. I'll have to go back and beat it in because I'd have to take the whole thing apart to get the hearts out of the way. And that's, yeah, more of a pain than I want to deal with right now. So we will just put our super duo back on. Storm duo, sorry, super duos are different. And we'll come back and add that in later. We'll find a different spot for it. All right, so now, because we need the storm duo for our cabochon. So here's the fun part, is getting the cabochon to stay. So now, as you can see, these guys should fold over like this, and we will put the seed beads around to hold them in place. But I don't have to put it in until I have to pull it shut, which is nice. So let's figure out, where is my thread? Where are you? All right, you're coming out of there. All right, so we need to go through here. I'm stepping up is what I'm doing. Going through there and then coming back out here. So I'm just stepping up here. All right. Now, got to figure out how many seed beads we need between these guys. I'm thinking 3 or 4. I'm not quite sure. So you do want it to pull. Might be only 2. So you do need, yep. Okay. Hopefully 3 will be okay. Guess we'll find out. It's pretty flat bead, so I think we'll be okay. So now we're just doing the top round of the storm duos, and we're trying out, in this one I did 2 seed beads, but I think this bead is slightly smaller, so I'm trying 3. We're doing okay on time. We're almost done. Thank you for your patience as we figure this out. Maybe I need to. I don't know. I have a feeling with this one I'm going to need another layer just because it's wider. It's bigger. So sorry, I sniffed right into the mic. I'm sorry about that. My nose is a little runny, but I'm okay. Just a little bit of the runny nose. How is everybody out there feeling? I hope well. Is this time working for everybody, or would you rather see me go live at a different time? It's hard to know when the best time is, you know? Not an easy task. But of course, this is only like my 3rd one at this time, so. It's amazing how different beads, just enough, make the project look that much different. Have you made beaded cabochons like this before? What did you think? If you have? All right, getting ready to step up here, and I'm going to have to come up with a plan because it's not it's a bigger one, so it's not holding it. So I need to do another layer to get it to hold it. What that other layer is, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to add in the sky. I don't know. I'm just going to alternate between seed bead and crystal, white crystal. Hopefully that'll be enough to hold it in place. Trying to go over the top here. Maybe. I don't know. That went over the wrong one. Huh. Go figure, right? How'd I do that? I have no idea what I just did. Ah, that's what I did. I fixed it. Sort of. There we go. Maybe. My nose doesn't drip all day except for when I go live, right? All of a sudden, my nose decides I'm going to drip all over the place right now, right? That's how it works, right? I don't know if this is totally working, but I guess we'll find out. I don't know what else to do. So literally, I'm just going every other bead at this point. You had a call from your daughter. Wow. Oh, yes, you have. I have seen pictures. No worries. You take a call from your daughter. That's more important than me. By all means. All means, honey. Never apologize for that. Yes, I have seen pictures out your window of the lake. Or at least sometimes your neighbor's window, I think it is. You've posted. Oops. No, I'm doing that right. You know, when you literally am designing on the fly here with you folks, I had most of it done, but we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. I got 5 minutes left until we're at the hour mark, and that's where I will stop, whether I'm done or not. And I'll share the finished product later, I guess. trying to pick up a bead here. So round crystal, 3mm, and 8/0 is what I'm using right at the moment. I'm going every other bead, trying to get. This is a different one from my demo, but that happens when you use different beads. Go in one, skip one, go in one, skip one. You got to play with it because you might be sleep variations in the bead size, or who knows. I'm alternating between the two in the hopes that I don't run out of the white crystal, because this is all I've got here. I really appreciate everybody who's come live with me and is watching along. Please post your creations in my Facebook group. You can find that in the link tree that I posted in the chat. I apologize to Facebook and Instagram. I got kicked out of both of you, probably because of a certain company, not to be named. But thankfully, I think we're still live on YouTube, still going strong. We're almost done our project here. As I mentioned before, next week we will be doing a Valentine's art project with a giveaway, some kind of printable from my Etsy shop. So, little something different from our advent calendar we did for Christmas. If you have ideas of things that, interactive projects we can do together, please message me and share. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking, or share in our Facebook group. And if you're not a part of my Facebook group, let me know. But the link is in my link tree, which I believe I shared. We're slowly but surely getting there. Almost done. Almost done, folks. I'm making a pretty bezel here around our pretty bead. So cabochon or a flat bead of some sort. 8/0s, 3mm crystals. I used hearts, but you could use bicones. My original, I used bicones. Yeah, so the big thing with making this is it just going around just takes time. It takes time to go around and around. And that's the big thing. And holding it all together, making sure you don't make knots in your thread or get it caught on your pliers. All that fun jazz. We're almost there. Almost there. And I am on white crystal. And I am going to have to go around again and probably not step up yet. Or maybe I do step up. I'm thinking 2 seed beads between, or maybe just, I don't know. Let's see what one does. But then if I do that, I didn't, this is where I should put my connector. See? Get to see how my mind works, right? Okay, so I'm putting my wire guard on here. And then picking up 4 or 5 seed beads. 1, 2. Looks like I did 4 on there. I'm going to do 5 because it just looks. And then you have to go back through the other side. All right, now we need another seed bead on this side. And then I'll do the step up. And good eyes always help when you're doing. We're at the hour mark, so I hopefully can get this. We're so close to being done, folks. So close. All right. I'm going to step up. And pull this top layer all a little closer. So I'm just going around the circle again. Like I said, this type of beading, you spend a lot of time just going back around and around. So now we're just going through the seed beads and crystals we just put in and seeing if we tighten them, if that holds, if that's enough for our bezel, if that holds our cabochon. I cannot say that word. In place. Sorry, I went off. Let's see. I didn't have a printer. Is there another way I can get it because I couldn't get my advent calendar coloring? Yeah. Zach, email me your address and I can mail you a copy, honey. Yeah, you can PayPal me and I can mail it to you. Yeah, we'll talk. I'll send you a message. I'll send you an invoice. And you can just add your address and everything, and I'll mail you a copy of the project. And I can even mail you the advent calendar if you'd like. I think you bought a copy, right? If you bought a copy, I will definitely mail it to you. I'm sorry you don't have that or that you don't have a printer. That's a bummer. I think this might be enough to hold our cabochon in place. I'm adding in a seed bead because I didn't have one here, just to fill in, make a complete circle there. And then just pull it tight. Yeah, I think that's our cabochon is not coming out of there as far as I can tell. All righty. Yay. All right. So now need to just go through and finish. Okay. Yes. So then I didn't know you couldn't print it out, Zach. So I'd be happy to send that to you too. I'm sorry you don't have a printer right now that you can print it out, but I'm happy to oblige. All right. I'm just stepping on down. I'm going to tie off on back. Now, somehow, this guy got up there. I think this might be him, because I'd love to tie off with him. Making our way in the world today, right? You don't have PayPal. Okay, well, I can create you an order. Well, you don't need to have PayPal. I can, Zach, let's just message and we'll figure out how you can pay for it. And we'll go from there. So no stress. Okay. No stress, my dear. We will figure it out. And there we go, folks. We're back to the beginning. I'm just going to tie this sucker off, hopefully. I'll get through this last hole. And then we're going to tie it off, and that would be all, friends. Look at that. We did it. Woohoo! Just over an hour. So not too bad. Not too shabby. Got my handy dandy thread burner out here. I love my thread burner. And then you can burn down the sides. That it kind of creates its own, glues itself to itself. You see how that curled up? And there you have it, folks. Another. I think I would prefer this guy back a little further, but that was just a matter of how I messed up. But the hearts look really cute on the edge. Look at that. Very, doesn't have to be Valentine's-y, but it is Valentine's-y, where you can do the pretty blue crystal. So yeah, see, virtually now you can play around with similar beads and do the same thing. And you just have to alter it a little for the different sizes. So yeah. There you go, folks. Thanks for joining me. I'm excited to have had time with you guys and to get to do this pretty thing. Oh, and for my anniversary, this is what my husband gave me. We just celebrated 22 years. So crazy. I don't know where the time goes. I hear my pup upstairs calling for me, so I'm gonna head out. But make sure, I just did a walkthrough of one of my journals, and next week we will be doing, as I mentioned, we will be doing some kind of Valentine's art project. So and we'll have a giveaway, and I'm excited. Yay, I can't believe February is a shorter month, thank the Lord. But yeah, so hope to see you in our Facebook group, and thanks for joining me live, and sorry about all the mess ups and struggles. All right, send me a message if I didn't see your message during the live, because I was having issues with Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, have a wonderful Monday and a great week. Take care, friends.